like everybody else. He goes downtown.
He knows a guy.
Rolls down his window. Squeak, 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 squeak. They just throw it in the car.
He's like, you're not a cop, are you? Squeak, squeak. All right, here. Welcome back to another episode of 1980s Now, a weekly examination of the importance of 1980s pop culture and its continued influence today. Hey, my name is Will. Joining me, as always, are my friends and co-hosts, Kat and John. Hello, guys.
Hi, guys.
Hi there, Kat and Will. Always nice to see you. Merry Christmas just passed, by the way.
Yes.
Yes.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Boxing Day.
Oh, it's Boxing Day today. Mm-hmm. Yes.
We had a fantastic Boxing Day I don't know, a week ago now with, Anthony Joshua beating up Jake Paul? Oh,
yes.
God, that was celebrated Boxing Day early.
Clobbering Day, as Ben Grimm would say.
Clobbering time.
Hello to everybody joining us live. We're at least live on YouTube and Facebook. We may be live on TikTok. I don't know. I think in theory we're streaming now.
Oh.
All right. Hey, cool. Check this out. Hey, where are we going here? Hey, on today's show, we got a number of news stories related to 1980s media. Current news stories related to 1980s media. That's right. Stuff we love from the 1980s, including, have you ever, do you remember those, if you got HBO, do you remember those HBO guides you would get periodically? Did you ever get those?
Mm-hmm. We'd pour over those. I
love those things, right? The little pictures told you when stuff was coming on. You get very excited about, seeing something. Very exciting. There is a new database that is going to allow you to search through those by name, by date, etc. We're going to talk about that. Hey, James Cameron's gone to a number of lengths to get his films produced. We know that. But we just learned that includes giving CPR to a rat.
Staying alive.
Yeah, that's
staying alive.
Now, Kat, though, wait. The circulatory system of a rat is much smaller.
Right?
So you need some kind of high energy, like EDM song, like a remix of that.
Yes.
You want like LL Cool J's Murdergram Dude? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that would be the right pace.
I know when my dog is leaning against me, his heart's like duk, 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 and it makes me feel anxious.
That's because he's so happy to be leaning on you. That's why you've set his heart aflutter.
But he looks like he's sweating. He takes his little paw up.
Knowing, of course, dogs famously can't sweat, but sure, whatever, however works for your narrative.
There is that.
Sweating, John.
He's wiping the sweat from his tongue.
Yeah. Hey, we're also going to talk about a game trailer that was pulled from the internet for lack of pop culture knowledge, something like that. Yeah, we're going to get help from John with that one. Let's see. Oh, hey, the fate of of a future Muppet Show is in our hands, which is
ready,
nerve-wracking, but it's a lot of pressure. And finally, we're going to chat about an AI film festival that had the backing of Mad Max director George Miller. I'm a big fan of his, but I think this is where we part ways. Did we part ways after the last film, though?
Which of his films did you choose to part ways?
All right, hey, that's all of that. Let's get started on 1980s news. I like this. I don't know that we're on TikTok Live right now. I don't know that anybody's going to see this, really, because I don't know that anybody finds out. Last time we got a notice that said your content is unoriginal, so we're not going to share this on anyone's FYP page.
Feels judgmental.
It's like, how much more original could it be? Or, I mean, it's us. We're here.
It's just us talking. Yeah.
Maybe we're not the first to think of a podcast, so we're unoriginal.
Yeah. 3 people. Yeah. What was it? The Dick the Doll and the Nerd.
When you talk about pop culture, yawn.
That is true. We do try to keep it a little bit different here, including by having our sharing comments from our live viewers here. Like Jahan is here. Marcus is here. Let's see who else. Anybody else? Ted's here, of course. I thought I saw Brad. Brad's here. Hey, Brad. Mm-hmm. Brad says, "Wait, you guys are live on a Friday. What's going on?" Yeah. So holidays are going on, Brad.
Yeah.
Yeah, our usual recording at times just align too closely or on, the most celebrated holidays at the end of the year here, including Christmas and New Year's. So we're going to be doing Friday evenings for a few Fridays in a row here at 6 p.m. And also say hello to Steve. There you go. All right. Hey. All right. So here, this is what we're talking about. All right. So here, first up. All right. So this month, the HBO 80s database. Let's see. Let me give you the URL because you're going to want to check this out. It's HBO 80s DB. So like IMDb, but HBO 80SDB.
Makes sense.
It launched online. It's not affiliated with the premium television network that we first found in our youths. It was instead created by John, someone who identifies himself as quote currently human on the website.
So far,
I don't know that we could say that about our John, can we? Currently, yeah. Currently,
I have no alien DNA yet,
or cryptid.
in me.
Very good. Well, not having a VCR until 1984, John's family consumed commercial-free cinema on the home box office, like many of us did. Mm-hmm. Now, I remember getting those guides we were just talking about. Yeah, and it was very exciting because it was a little smaller thing, and it was one of those things where, as a kid, in the early 1980s, I felt like this was a magazine for me. Or, it wasn't a magazine. It didn't have articles in it, really. It just promoted upcoming films. But it was that kind of idea where you wanted a little bit to be more like an adult when you're a child still.
Yes.
So to have this, colorful book to look at that has listings of movies and when they're coming on. But I felt like it was important. Like I was getting information that was, equal to whatever my parents were reading about in the Sunday paper, It wasn't, though. It was dumb. Anyway, but skimming through those vintage guides from the 80s, which are cataloged on a Facebook group that's dedicated to those booklets, John began looking for information to confirm some of his early movie memories. Now, I never thought to do this, but for example, he said, when was the first time he watched An American Werewolf in London at that sleepover at his friend's house? So it turns out, there's a finite number of times American Werewolf in London aired in the 80s, so he could actually figure out what Friday or Saturday probably it was, And
Process of elimination, right? I know it wasn't Tuesday night. I know it wasn't 3 months later. Yeah, you get close.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But then he thought, hey, others might want to be doing this too, but probably don't want to go through the effort of looking through all these guides like he had been doing. So instead, he began the odious task of copying the movies and their air days and times from these long forgotten guides. Beginning in November of 2023, he started with the films that aired in May of 1986. And then he just put on this spreadsheet every, month and time slot that there could be, and then went through the, step-by-step process of tracking down these guides so that he could fill in the information on a Google Doc.
That's massive.
Less people that do these things. The people that take single little, what is every lighthouse on the Western Seaboard or something. There's a website for everything, and it helps you with who knows when it's going to help you.
I wouldn't have thought of this one as something that I needed to consult.
No.
It must have been fun, though, even tracking them down. Now, he says most of them he got off this Facebook group that first inspired him to do it. But others he had to find on eBay and, through other sources like that. And some, the final missing ones, came from folks that were also fans of these guides, which I didn't even know this is a community thing. But like John said, there's a community for everything.
Yeah.
But anyway, it did remind me also of, flipping through the channels as a kid, and checking out, what's on HBO? I don't know. And not necessarily, I didn't really rely on the guide unless it was a big opening. And, Friday night, this Friday is, Star Wars is coming on. This is a great thing.
Ooh-hoo.
But other than that, I would just flip it on and you might catch a movie you wouldn't otherwise watch, I think that's how I first saw Super Fuzz, which I later, just every time it was on, I would watch it. And I recorded it and I just watched it on tape then after that. But or just hoping you'd catch a show like later on in the decade, Dream On. So it's maybe a glimpse of nudity.
That's what you were circling in the guide. Yes.
Nudity? Yeah. Did they have the ratings in there? I don't remember if they did.
Yeah, they listed the
they would say R.
aspects of
Yeah,
the
they would have
movie.
the...
Yeah.
They had if I remember, the theatrical ratings, like they would say PG or G or R, just like the theater. Yeah.
And the attributes of the movie. Yeah, if there was nudity or strong language or...
Right. The more bullet points, the more likely I was to watch it. Profanity, strong language, adult situations, nudity. I'm like, this is for me.
Boobs. Yeah. If your cat would be bald. Per John... not our John, but John who created this database. He said, quote, this database represents not just the channel's programs, but memories of evenings with families, sleepovers, parties with friends, and what would become all-time favorite films. I hope exploring this page will bring you back some of the joy you may have experienced watching HBO when you were younger, end quote. I did do a little searching on there because it's easy enough to type in a name or a date to see,
Did you?
I think I still have it on here. Oh, yeah. I looked up the movie Modern Problems because I'm certain the first time I had seen it was on HBO. It's a Chevy Chase movie. It's really dark. Oh. It's just like a dark comedy about this out-of-work air traffic controller who is behind a truck, who just gets dumped by his wife for another man and is behind a truck of top. It's all the 80s stuff. Oh. You got your disgruntled air traffic controllers. You got, divorce, which is, we talked about that a couple of weeks ago, 50% by the time of the 70s. He's behind a truck that has some kind of nuclear or toxic waste in it that slushes out onto his car, and he winds up getting superpowers. And he uses the powers to, enact revenge on his ex-wife or ex-girlfriend and her new, love. Including the climax of it is him, I think this is right, seeing him at a ballet, and this male guy is a performer in the ballet, and making what, as a kid, you thought was just his pants inflating to an uncomfortable proportion.
I remember that scene. And then it made him fly? Didn't it make, because it was like helium?
But it was probably not his pants that were inflating. I think he was, you understood it as an adult, it was his testicles that were just, right? I think. And then, he floats away. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Certainly general junk adjacent inflation. Yes.
That's another bullet point they could have, John, that would have you running for the dial. Junk adjacent. Now, even though HBO didn't go to 24 hours, 24/7 coverage until the 1980s, it actually began. It first launched in 1972 in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, on a subservice called Teleservice Cable. The inaugural show was the National Hockey League game that was being streamed live or broadcast live from Madison Square Garden between the Rangers and the Vancouver Canucks. The first movie shown on the channel aired immediately after that. It was 1971's Sometimes a Great Notion. As I mentioned, the 24-hour program didn't begin until 1981. And the first movie to air on HBO in the 1980s was 1978's Battlestar Galactica, which was the film-length pilot for the short-lived series.
Okay.
I guess it's been now maybe 3 or 4 years ago over on Gen X Grown Up. We did an episode all about the history of HBO. And you mentioned Modern Problems, and I had to remember what were the movies I first saw, not first saw on, but had never seen before HBO.
Yeah.
Because either they were rated R or before my time. And the 3 that came up for me were Jaws. First time I ever saw it was on HBO.
Okay.
The Exorcist. First time I ever saw it was on HBO. And surprisingly, Star Wars. Had never seen it until HBO.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, John, you got me scrambling here. Jaws aired on HBO. I'm on the database, the HBO 80SDB, HBO 80s database. It aired in 1987, beginning on March, and ran through March. It aired 11 times during that month. And it looks like the sequels 2, 3, and 4 also aired on the network at some various points during the 80s. And in fact, Jaws 2 actually premiered on HBO in 1980, so years before they had the rights to Jaws.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Well, it's not quite the franchise tentpole, is it? Jaws 2.
Most folks' favorites are either 3 or 4, I think. Once you get past the original.
Likely someone else had already acquired the rights at that point and they couldn't free them up for HBO, whereas nobody gave a damn about Jaws 2 and it was available early on. That would make sense.
Yes.
I couldn't tell you whether I had seen something on HBO or we also had Showtime and Cinemax. It was just, where I lived, we had all of that. And so I didn't make any distinctions.
Pretty bougie.
Yeah, I guess.
She had all the channels.
Although it wasn't, I mean, I did not grow up bougie, but this was high priority for my father to have. But I didn't make a distinction about which station I was on.
And I actually learned on John's website here that in 1984, HBO struck a deal with Paramount Pictures and their then competitor. I guess they're still their competitor, right? Showtime, which gave them exclusive rights for many of their films for the next few years, which included Footloose, Star Trek 3 and 4, Top Secret, Beverly Hills Cop, a whole host of films that were popular from during the 1980s. So what the kind of information you can glean, and I thought this was kind of neat, just to see how many times something aired during the 1980s, okay? Now, I'm not going to give you all the films because there's undoubtedly hundreds, but I'm going to lead up to the number one most showing film. You're never going to guess what it is. I'll even give you a clue here. Maybe you could guess. Let's say it's a concert film, let's say, okay? It's a live performance. Okay? But why do you think about that?
I watched a lot of Gallagher.
Okay.
Does that count?
That would count. I would say that's a live performance.
Yeah, that counts.
Yep. Check Your Head or something, or the Sledge-O-Matic episodes?
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, didn't he do like a patriotic one with like the map behind him or something? Or some kind
right. There was always, but I don't know that any one of them would be the number one, but collectively, maybe all of his works might be ranking the top few. Yeah.
Well, I'll give you some others leading up to here. Among those films that I mentioned, shown 38 times included films, and these are I included the ones that I know I saw during this time. Under the Rainbow, remember that Chevy Chase, Carrie Fisher film? Superman the movie, Star Wars, and On Golden Pond. 40 times includes the Great Muppet Caper, Superman 2, Kiss Me Goodbye, and Any Which Way You Can, which I'm certain I had watched it on HBO.
Oh, yes.
Right turn, Clyde.
40. Is this where Cat hits you, I guess? Or
No, it's a right turn.
Right
Other way,
turn.
yeah, the other way.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. Wait, but she's
Left turn, Cat.
she's driving. She would stick her left arm out, though. Huh. So no matter what, you're going to hit, I think.
I'm going to get punched.
Okay, anyway. Let's see. 42 times, Incredible Shrinking Woman and Chariots of Fire. 44 times, Eddie and the Cruisers and Absence of Malice. Dragon Slayer and Arthur aired 45 times. Airing 46 times includes Super Fuzz, which I love, and My Favorite Year. Flash Gordon aired 48 times. There's only 2 movies that were shown 51 times, and that's They Are Victory, which I don't remember, and Daffy Duck's Fantastic Island, which I remember that very well.
What?
Really?
But I remember it as bumming me out for some reason. I think it was, I was just saw it on HBO during a time, seriously, that was a time that I associated in my life as a kid. This was just like a bad time generally when I had first seen it. So whenever it would come on, it would just make me feel that kind of, in spite of the Looney Tunes antics, it just kind of was a downer to me.
So hold on.
Wow.
Before, we still don't know the number one, but point of order.
Yeah.
You mentioned Star Wars.
Yeah.
And did you say Star Wars was shown 30-something
38 times throughout the 1980s.
That feels low to me.
Right? I agree. That just seems like, how
here's
could
the
it
thing.
only
So
be 38?
when I was reading this article, I said, okay. And as I went and looked, they got it in like February of 83 or something. I went and looked it up. So I don't know how long it ran, but let's say it only ran for a year, 12 months.
Okay.
That's like once or twice every 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I remember Star Wars airing like twice a day when it came on. And let's assume it aired for 6 years. Probably not. I don't know how long they had Star Wars. That would mean it aired once every 10 weeks.
Yeah.
That just sounds very low. I don't know how long maybe it ran for a short amount of time, because my neighbor up the street and I had a contest to see who could watch it more on HBO.
Oh my.
And fractions counted. So if I watched, the first half here and the second half there, I could count that as one full watching. So 38 sounds super low. Do you think he's still aggregating numbers, or am I misremembering the volume of Star Wars?
Based on what I read, I think he's done with his documentation here. But looking at the database here, I see in 1983 it aired throughout February, many of the days in February, and probably, as you're suggesting, multiple times. And then after that, it was once in April, 3 times. Oh, sorry, not once. 1 day in April, 3 days in August, and 3 days in September. But you're probably right. To get to that number, it would have to be 2-3 showings per day.
Maybe that's it. Okay.
There.
It felt low to me. It felt like there's way more. Star Wars, once they got it, it was on all the time.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Let's see what else we got. Okay, so Cannonball Run was shown 54 times, and the most aired movie on HBO in the 1980s with 58 showings was the 1983 stand-up comedy special, Bill Cosby himself.
Wow.
That makes sense.
It does make sense
huge. That was
because,
huge.
my sister was always putting it on, and all the quotes, the chocolate cake and everything. Yep. I heard that a lot in my house.
I be smoke.
All right. Hey, let's see. We got some comments here.
But I have a comment that I think I saw the Cannonball Run every single time that it showed.
Oh, that's your comment.
I
Yeah.
love that movie.
Brandon said he read the book for Jaws 2, much different from the film we got. Steve says Live Aid. Was that, and Marcus as well. Was that on HBO? I thought that was MTV.
Yeah, I'm not sure that that it was shown anywhere else. But yeah.
Could have been both.
I thought that was on network television. I can't remember, but I thought it had even broader appeal. I could certainly be wrong.
At the very least, it was on MTV, but maybe it was both. That's how big it was. Yeah.
Was it there as well? Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
Kimberly says, I love Gallagher. And also, my brother and I watched Daffy Duck's Fantastic Island every one of those times, I swear. Yeah, it bums me out.
I'm not sure if I've ever seen it. What's it about?
It's
Daffy Duck's Island? What is it?
It's really what it is I think it's a Clips movie. So what they use as the conceit is Daffy Duck is like the Mr. Rourke. I don't know who his tattoo is. But they're welcoming people to the island, and the people they're welcoming are the characters that are going to be in these clips they show of the quite crazy stuff that happens. And they make it as if that crazy stuff happens on the island.
So it's repackaging old cartoons with a little bit of a wrapper?
That's what little interstitials here and there to tie the whole thing together. Yeah, that's what I recall.
I've got to look that up. I thought I had all the Looney Tunes stuff, but I've never even heard of that. Okay, cool.
Brad says, we didn't have cable where I grew up, and I had like Rich Cat did. If you didn't get it from the video store, we didn't see it. It was a new tier of experience between us Gen X who grew up in a rural world compared to an urban or suburban one. Yeah, and it's funny you say it that way because, and I understand why you're saying it that way, but even I who grew up in Jersey City, which I told you right outside of Manhattan, we didn't get cable as soon as folks in our state got it down the shore, and Central Jersey got it sooner.
Yeah,
sure.
I don't know why that. Maybe it was harder to get the cable into the cities because of the wiring.
All the concrete.
And HBO even itself started as a satellite service initially.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they got onto cable services. Yeah.
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 I told you about how we got our HBO was through an antenna.
A special antenna.
Yeah, special antenna that fell off the back of a truck.
Oops.
Hey, they're lost. Hey, yes. Otherwise, in 1980s news, as told to the Hollywood Reporter, James Cameron saved a rat with CPR.
I love it.
James Cameron's, film history is just filled with stories like this, and a lot of them don't paint him in a fantastic color.
Oh,
but this one, this one does. I don't know that it saves his reputation, but for being a tough director. But certainly in the last few decades, he's put some of the most harrowing action, scenes on the big screen. Well, it turns out that the behind-the-scenes drama left the filmmaker at times in actual peril. While filming The Abyss, for example, when Cameron ran out of oxygen, most of the film, if you don't know, is underwater. It's a lot of it's underwater.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of it's underwater. It's aliens underwater or something like that. I remember.
Yeah, and famously hard to watch because it's like not on streaming. It's not
right.
It's not. It's out of print. It's hard to see. Yeah.
Huh.
So when he's underwater, he runs out of oxygen. A safety diver grabs him, slaps a mask on him, and he takes a deep breath. It turns out this, a regulator is broken, and he just sucks in a mouthful of water. So now he's choking on water. He's definitely going to drown. The safety guy is like, "Let me save you. I'm trying to rescue you. Stop struggling." They're underwater. So Cameron punches him in the face and swims, to safety.
Oh my gosh.
Or maybe he just punched him in the face. They made up the rest of the story because he's an asshole. I don't know, but I'm going to go with this. This is what we're told. You ever hear this story? This is crazy. There was a disgruntled chef, caterer on the Titanic, who spiked the food. They served this big old chowder to the cast and crew. John, remember this?
Give them diarrhea? Is that right?
Oh,
no, worse. He spiked it with a pound of PCP.
Okay. All right.
Which made them have, mass psychosis, hallucinations.
Oh my gosh.
Which culminated reportedly in one of the crew members stabbing Cameron in the face with a pen.
Oh.
Yeah. There was a whole investigation trying to figure out. Yeah, it turned out it was just pissed off. He pissed off the caterer for some reason. I don't know.
Oh man.
Whoever thought that PCP would be a punishment or revenge? It's usually a favor you give someone.
Yes.
Like, hey, dude,
I got
wanna have a good time against your will?
Could you give so much you could murder people? Oh,
I don't know. I guess. I mean, I've never OD'd on PCP, but then again, I've never tried it.
Oh.
So
I was going to say, you seem fine right now. I don't know how much you're taking. Anyway, a recent interview with Cameron from...
I know the safe amount is 0 for sure. That's all I know for sure.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good starting point, yeah. A recent interview with Cameron from The Hollywood Reporter reminds us of a lesser-known tale involving the director on the set of his 1989 underwater sci-fi adventure. In The Abyss, characters, if you've not seen the film, they have this new technology where they have oxygenated water, which would allow them to breathe underwater. And to demonstrate how it works, they put a rat in it. And in the film, it's like, holy shit, this rat is breathing underwater. This is amazing. All right, we trust this process now, this technology. Mm-hmm. But when they filmed it, they used a real rat. And that real rat drowned. Faced with the prospect of a dead rat and losing the certification they put at the end of the film, no animals were harmed, Cameron performed CPR on the stunt animal. Supposedly, the rat sprung back to life, and he adopted it as his pet and named it Beanie.
Beanie.
Per Cameron, quote, "Beanie and I bonded over the whole thing. I saved his life." Come on, now I question this whole story. There's no way the rat felt closer to him because he saved his life. The rat doesn't know what happened.
If anything, he should hold a grudge for drowning.
Yes.
You just fixed the problem you created, dude.
Right, let me out of here.
Imagine if the rat had access to PCP. Oh,
right.
But it's probably not compressions. He also probably did, mouth to mouth. So maybe the rat thought they were, had a bond then.
Yes.
Yeah. Cameron continues, "We were brothers. Is he on PCP now when he's doing this interview? This is a bunch of bullshit. All right, whatever.
Oh, dude, this rat's my brother.
Yeah.
Whoa, I'm a bear?
Rats are actually really intelligent and are
They are, yeah. They're pet rats.
People are very
All
fond
right.
of them as pets.
Cameron continues, we were brothers. He used to sit on my desk while I was writing Terminator 2, and he lived to a ripe old age. See, now a punishment would be that rat sitting on his desk while he wrote one of those Avatar movies, because those movies are just trite,
probably
recycled tropes.
Beanie probably wrote the I'll be back as a reference to his resurrection. See there?
Oh, maybe, yeah. Or seeking revenge, yeah.
Yeah.
Cameron says he didn't seem particularly traumatized, though I know the film is outlawed in the UK because of animal cruelty. Now, wait a second. If he saved the rat, then why isn't the UK say, look, you got the certification because you saved the rat?
Because you were fixing a problem you created. You still drowned him.
Yeah, that's true.
It was still a problem. And also, is this connected to why it's hard to watch, John? You said it's famously hard to locate. Is it connected?
I don't think
to
so.
this?
Not in the US. It's just I don't think it's because of that because they got a certification. Yeah.
Okay.
Stand by for me to show my ignorance. Ready? Okay.
Ready.
I was always under the impression that cool oxygenated water stuff was a real thing. Am I wrong?
Oh. All right, let's Google this.
While you Google that, here's my question. Because either way, I have a question that's bothering me. One, I thought it was real. I thought someone told me, it's a crazy real technology. The premise was because they were going so deep, just having oxygen in their lungs, they would still crush. But filling their lungs with fluid meant they had enough density they wouldn't get crushed under pressure.
Right,
that was the reason.
right.
That's why they couldn't just use
It
oxygen.
Kind of like being a baby in the womb. There's fluid all over.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly right. I think they can reference that. So here's the thing. So if in fact my memory is not full of crap and it's real, why did the rat drown?
He wasn't scuba certified.
Did he just not? He wasn't certified. Maybe he just fought it and didn't inhale. Because I know in the film, the humans have to like consciously inhale because it's against their instincts. So maybe he didn't drown. Maybe he suffocated. Or if it's not real, if there's no such thing as oxygenated water, which I foolishly have thought all my life.
Seems you're right.
Why did they drown the rat? Why did they put him in the water in the first place, knowing it would drown him?
Two things. One, Ted says it is real and is used in the military. Okay.
Yep.
So there's one. Two.
Will was finding that. You were mentioning that, Will. You found that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree. Yep.
Even if it is real, that doesn't mean they used the real thing in the movie.
Fair.
Yeah.
But I think they were just being risky with the rat.
Yeah. I was saying to John's point. Yeah. They knew the rat would drown.
Right. And then somebody.
Well, then it's pretty cruel, right? If you knew for sure the rat was going to drown, I think if you put the rat in this oxygenated stuff and expected him to breathe, that's one thing. But if you're like, we're not going to waste oxygenated water on this rat, just put him in the water. That's maybe the UK has a point.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
According to this online, the rat scene used the real liquid called the perfluorocarbon.
Really?
He did.
Okay.
It says, while used in animal studies and medical research, it's highly uncomfortable and experimental.
Interesting.
I don't know. They probably thought they'd pull the rat out before it drowned, but yeah.
Ted says they did use the real stuff in the movie, like you just said, Will, but it's not a fun process. So the rat was not having fun with this.
Kids.
Wow.
Had some experience with that, maybe.
Crazy. Okay.
Yeah. And I see, I think I agree with Marcus, who says, wait, I'm pretty sure the rat was harmed, CPR or no.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
So, yeah, I guess.
He had trauma, certainly, right? It was attempted raticide, if nothing else.
I wonder now if they really got the certification or not.
Rat slaughter, perhaps, if you will. Reduced sentence for rat slaughter. That's just through negligence.
Brett says, no upstanding chef would waste his fun money by throwing it in chowder.
That's the crime.
Oh, yeah. Brandon agrees. I'm pretty sure that shit isn't cheap. Kimberly loves The Abyss. It's good. One of my favorites.
It's fantastic. Yeah.
It is really good.
Now I got to figure out how to watch it.
You know what's crazy is if you look at Cameron's filmography, he's almost made as many Avatar movies now as he's made non-Avatar movies. He hasn't directed that many movies.
Oh.
And by the time he's done with Avatar, I think it's going to be 50-50.
Wow.
Speaking of other movies in his filmography, according to the interview, Cameron is also quietly working on revisiting The Terminator.
quietly.
A franchise he began, of course, in 1984. He said, quote, once the dust clears on Avatar in a couple of months, I'm going to really plunge into that. There are a lot of narrative problems to solve. The biggest is how do I stay enough ahead of what's really happening to make it science fiction? I want to do new stuff that people aren't imagining.
Oh.
The new film, he clarified, will not involve Arnold Schwarzenegger. Instead, he wants to get some new actors in it.
That's fine.
That's cool.
And he was asked about the sort of the continuation, I guess you'd say, of the Alien franchise with the TV series by Noah Hawley that was on recently, Alien Earth. And while he praised it, he said that he notes that it leans heavily on the first two films, two Alien films, the second of which, of course, he directed and wrote, and that doing friendly callbacks is, quote, what I'm not going to do with Terminator. So he looks like he wants just a, tabula rasa, just a blank start.
That seems odd, though. Wouldn't you want it to connect somehow? Maybe it wouldn't be a legacy sequel.
Yeah, I don't think it's a legacy sequel. I think it's a whole new thing.
Well, I suppose as long as you have the broad strokes, Skynet, the Resistance, bad robots, as long as you keep those, you can do whatever you want with Terminator, I think. That's the problem with so many franchises is there's a global problem and you focus on like three people and they're the crux of it and nobody else is involved, it seems.
Right, and they're saving the whole world. Yeah.
But there are plenty of other people. Look, maybe the other people are doing stuff and failing and we never learned about them. There are other people's stories you can tell that I think I'm on board with. I mean, you almost need to. I mean, the T-800 is still the T-800. It just might not have Arnold's skin on it. You'll have those things probably, but we don't need to keep resurrecting the same characters over and over and over. It's okay.
True. Yeah, I think though what I got from it was suggesting is that AI might not be the big threat anymore because we're here now. So at least the way he's covered it, the way Skynet takes over all of our appliances or whatever, it's not. It's going to be something different. So what can you imagine 20 years from now is going to be the problem? Like he did in 1984.
Well, it's a time travel film. So the work that we've seen has affected the future. And now there's a new path.
Oh, could be.
I mean, that's totally plausible in time travel. So sure, why not?
Marcus says, I think I have an idea for John's next Tuesday live stream.
I'm trying to remember. What were we talking about when that came through?
Rat slaughter?
Brendan says, if Cameron isn't careful, he'll be getting George Lucas fan hate. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of these Avatar movies. They're gorgeous to watch. I mean, to look at. Action sequences are great. I just saw the second one. Was it the second or third one with my kid because she loves them. And I felt like and I said this much to her, like I feel like we're just retelling the Avatar story over and again now. The first time he was criticized for retelling, Pocahontas and stories that were part of that sort of. Now, I didn't see the second one, but the third one feels like that again. Anyway, whatever. And Brad says, in the future, everyone marries their AI and saves the world from overpopulation.
Oh.
It's kind of a Black Mirror-ish kind of scenario.
But it's AI, but it has to sound like real,
Be careful, I'm not on birth control. We shouldn't be doing this. 0 means 0.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry.
Thank you very much.
Speaking of marrying
That's
AI.
That's just for the nerds out there.
Yeah, there you go. Speaking of the nerds, I want to tell you about how Australia's first AI film festival. It's funny. I was reading this. It says convinced, but I almost said conned. Convinced. Mad Max director of a creative revolution. So, just was a month or two ago in November, I want to say, as Guillermo del Toro was soaking up the applause of a New York audience for his Netflix feature Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
Actually. I don't know how to say it.
I watched it. Oh, well.
You watched the whole thing?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
Oh,
yeah.
I got 10 minutes in. I was like, I can't do this. This is so boring.
It was very dramatic.
I made it halfway too. I want to watch it so badly, and I made it halway. Yeah.
And you guys only made it halfway.
I didn't make it halfway. I made it 10 minutes in. They went, the beginning, the opening is really cool.
Yeah.
When the monster's chasing after him. And I think that, and in the book the book starts off with Frankenstein adrift on a boat. And I don't remember he getting rescued necessarily. But so already we're kind of more like the book. That's kind of cool. Monster comes, still tries to kill him, all that. Then flashback to he's like 10 years old. I was like, are you kidding me? It's almost like showing Bruce Wayne's parents get murdered in an alley again. It's like, I don't want to know about this.
Well, Will, the very next scene after he's a kid,
it
starts to pay off. And it pulled me into the halfway point at least.
Also, Oscar Isaac's accent was really, can't they just get English people to be English and so on and so forth?
I hadn't thought of that.
I don't know, whatever. Anyway, so, okay, what are we talking about? Oh, yeah, something else. Oh, yeah. So Guillermo del Toro is getting praised for his movie Frankenstein at the New York premiere of his Frankenstein in New York. At that premiere, he declares, fuck AI.
Well,
Meanwhile, on the other side of the planet,
Will's getting a shirt made.
yes.
meanwhile, I'm getting a shirt made. That immediately, I'm like, that's a great slogan. George Miller, another visionaries in Australia, being less hostile about movie making by machine. He spent 40 years building the Mad Max universe, but holds little fear for technology. You see, he's not worried about the dystopian, Dust Bowl that, let's say, it happened, is brought to us courtesy of AI and the Terminator. And that, they don't ever specify what happened in the Mad Max world, although it's I think largely implied or understood certainly that it's probably a nuclear war that devastated the world. But he's not worried about that. No, he's fascinated with AI filmmaking so much so that he joined the jury of Omni, Australia's first artificial intelligence film festival. Now, while other directors like Steven Soderbergh have remarked on AI's value as a tool, Miller has likened generative filmmaker to past creative revolutions, including the invention of oil paint and photography.
Okay.
I mean, just as if we were on a debate stage, you could just slice that argument to pieces already.
Yeah.
Because I never prompted my camera, hey, will you do me a favor and take a picture of that landscape over there? Or I never talked to a brush and a palette of paint. Show me a bowl of fruit. No, I had to do the work.
Yeah.
George.
Yeah.
Anyway, his point being that the newer medium is not replacing the other medium, that they can coexist.
Yeah, it's a tool, but it's a crazy powerful tool. I don't think it can be compared to a paintbrush or a camera.
I'm always about 30 degrees off of your opinion on AI, and I think I am here too. Like, you make a very valid point that, look, those other crafts are totally manual crafts, but who's to say that all crafts need be manual? I think some people would argue to get the right result out of the AI, drafting the prompt is an art of its own, a very different art. Very different. It's look, Will is, you can't see him. He's not rolling his eyes. His entire head was rolling. It was amazing. But
yes,
crafting the prompt to say, here's what I want in this way, in this style, and honing it is a skill that could be compared to some sort of writing or art.
I don't disagree with that.
But
no, I don't disagree with that. I guess what the analogy I would draw is, though, then that's still not the artist, though. Right, the artist is that would be akin to, let's say, the director, the producer.
Fair. I think there's an argument to be made there. Sure, but a director's an artist as well. You could say so. I'm with you.
So, I mean, look, we've had this argument so many times now.
I know. Let's do it again.
Let's do it again. Why not? Best of 2025. So yeah, I get your point, but yeah, look. Let's just turn to this festival. I think for me, it's an example of why I don't care for this as a medium. I'll be generous and call it that. Travis Rice, a tech specialist who co-founded the festival, a tech specialist founded it, not an artist, a tech specialist.
Sure.
Told Deadline, quote, George is looking to the future and looking to understand these tools. His test, when we were judging the film festival, that is, was I'm not thinking about how it was created. It's whether I want to know what happens next, end quote. So he's focusing, it seems like, on story. Show me whatever images you want, generated however you want. Am I going to be intrigued and want to know what's happening in the next part of the story or when the film ends, right? That's what I get out of that. Well, Omni 1.0, this AI film festival, had 400 entries with The Cinema That Never Was claiming the Mirror Award Grand Jury Prize. It was created by self-styled AI filmmaker Mark Waschultz, based in Berlin, Germany. Check it out. Find it online. It's like 5 minutes long. All you got to do is get 30 seconds into it to understand what it is. This article describes it as using dreamy cinematic sequences to imagine films that were never created and asking, what if the movies we love are just a fraction of what could have been? There's so many issues I have with this. First of all, it doesn't look all that different than going on to Envato or Adobe and just downloading a bunch of clips of people and randomly sticking them together in a way that fits some kind of narrative.
Your point, like it could be stock footage, not necessarily AI. You could do anything. Sure. Okay, good point. I agree.
So even from a cinema perspective, it bothers me because it didn't seem cohesive in a narrative like this. Suggesting that George is looking for maybe a story that
it was a clip show.
Yeah. And the problem with AI is the clips were inconsistent.
Yes.
You hear this voiceover that says, she stands in the light and the shadows are cast on her face and she turns to the fire and sees the man. but from moment to moment, it's a different looking woman.
Yes.
I don't know if you made it far enough. There's one clip
Yeah.
where a woman's seated around a fire and stands up and becomes a man.
Whoa.
Oh boy.
Oh, I didn't get that
Whoops.
far.
You know, and you know, John, because I could tell the way you're saying it, that wasn't someone, the clever person who knows how to do the prompts.
Right. That was a whoopsie.
AI does that kind of shit.
Yeah.
There's a hilarious guy online. I don't know his name, but he does these bits that are to see. He's testing AI actors to see if they can replace humans, and he does a prompt.
Terrible. Yes. I've seen it.
And it's a lot of that stuff. He's like, and he says to the AI, well, why did you become a man halfway through it? All right, no gender swapping. You're a woman. He's a man. Go. It's like, well, where did that little kid come from? Why are you maniacally laughing in the middle of this? That's the kind of shit you get. So
I have to tell you, I'm doing this. It's a online physical therapy thing where I receive a tablet from the insurance company, and there's AI in it this time, and it talks to me, and it'll tell me what's coming up. And sometimes it's normal. It's okay, now it's time for the whatever. And then sometimes it yells at me. It's like, next up, March Cat. And it's just like,
Whoa.
Wait, what? Like, you just reminded me of the inconsistency of it. It's sometimes it seems like, oh, this somebody could have recorded this, and other times, nope. This is absolutely some wonky.
All right, settle down. I'm marching.
and I don't think this was even curated well enough, I think, to be considered, I don't know, worthy. I don't look, if 400 people entered and this one won, there's a lot of shit in that pile. Anyways, Miller put it in an interview with The Guardian in October. AI has the power to, quote, make screen storytelling available to anyone who has a calling to it. You know, this is, I know I sound like an asshole. I know that at some point democratizing everything isn't good because it makes it so easy for anybody to put
Dilution.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You need gatekeepers. I'm sorry. And in some areas you need gatekeepers if you really want the cream to rise.
Quality control. Yeah. Pure democratization, no quality control.
Think about the Cuyahoga River back in 1979.
Yes.
Right? One of the last times it catches fire, right? There could have been some great shit under the bloated rats that James Cameron did not save.
Oh, no.
But we would never have known because the river was democratized by the factories. Anyway, whatever. Look, this is an end of our year show, so I'm
Trying to
combining
follow
all the
that.
things I
Yeah.
can.
Merging all shows together here.
Well, I think this
culminate.
merges with the rules. We need rules, right? We need some kind of
We
structure.
talked about that.
We need-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Look, and Guillermo del Toro agrees with me because he says, according to this article, the embrace of democratized filmmaking essentially sets him apart from Miller. Del Toro has voiced anxiety about AI being misused by the masses. So, and that goes beyond art, I'm sure. Both could be right to one degree or another, but will events like this Omni help distinguish between responsible and reckless AI storytelling? I don't know. Hey, I know it sounds like we've got some giant corporate sponsor behind us, but we don't. Instead, our show is brought to you every week by listeners just like you. And by brought to you by them, I mean they help pay for the bills, and there's a bunch of them, to bring you a quality podcast about 80s nostalgia and its continued impact today. Hey, to join this group of fantastic folks, please go to patreon.com/1980s now. And if you can't do that, follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and the podcast platform you're listening to right now. Okay, hey, elsewhere in 1980s news, I'm going to ask for John's help on this next story, John, if you could.
Yeah. So I found this story really illustrative of how like pop culture moves so fast and it's easy to not stay up to date with all the slang and taboo terminology, especially for, olds. Plus, present company, I won't speak for you. Plus, the crux of this story is appropriately immature for this show, so I thought perhaps I would share it.
No idea what you're talking about.
I don't know. Anyway, so you're probably familiar with a game called Fortnite. It's a massive MMORPG, massively online thing made by Epic Games. Yeah, Fortnite.
Yes.
I play it every night, John, almost.
Seriously, you do? Okay.
Wow.
I do, seriously.
All right.
I've never played, but I've seen it.
Yeah, I've played with some folks that listen. Nick, who I met through the show. We used to play together.
Yeah.
It's a great stress relief.
I understand.
It gives me some dopamine, and all right, cool.
Yeah. Well, it's famous. It's free to play initially. You can buy other stuff. It's got a battle royale mode. Like 100 people or up to 100 people can fight for be the last man standing and all that. So, and for the connection, Fortnite often represents the 80s through heavy nostalgia. They borrow iconic music, fashion, pop culture references. They had Stranger Things crossovers. Rick Astley has appeared in Fortnite.
All right.
Or his music. And retro aesthetics like neon colors and pixel art. It's loaded with that. So,
Cool.
as reported by thegamer.com, Epic Games dropped a new trailer for Fortnite in an attempt to convince more people to try out Chapter 7. The trailer featured censored quotes from excited Fortnite fans sourced from social media posts. While the bad words of the post were censored, the person who put the trailer together didn't account for the more obscure, not safe for work word that also flashed up on the screen. Now, so there were things like in the trailer like someone says, like a blanking fever dream, all asterisks, right? And blank the dark Voyager. And I'm not censoring that. That's how it appears on the screen, okay?
Okay.
And around the 24-second mark, this series of quotes pop up. And there's a quote that I actually have to share with you. So you just take a look. I'm going to bring up an image here. I want you to see.
Okay.
So these are several quotes that appeared throughout the course of this trailer, real social media accounts. And there's one quote that reads, "The best bleeping game ever, man." It was similarly censored and so entirely safe quote to use in the trailer while attempting to be edgy. And it's fine for Fortnite users of all ages, but don't go Googling the word included in the usernames of these people.
Oh, I see it there.
So the third quote, taken from someone who goes by Jonesy Frotting, who says the best bleeping game ever, man. User on Twitter. Now, owner of the account was first, they noted they were pretty surprised to see their quote in the trailer, complete with their handle, because he knew what it meant.
Yeah.
Highlights of the people who made that trailer probably don't know what frauding means and why it probably shouldn't be in a Fortnite trailer. So I did a little bit of etymology for you.
Oh, thank you, because I have no idea what's going on.
I've done
here.
all the research necessary. So Will's ahead of us on this already. So
I see.
So
I know all the words.
So the user was Jonesy Frotting. Okay. I had to do research. I'm not as filthy as Will. You may have heard of something called frottage, which is effectively the practice of touching or rubbing up against clothed bodies for sexual gratification. It's dry humping, y'all. Right. So frottage.
There
you go.
All right.
Right. And there's also, you may have from the same root for tourism, which is the non-consensual rubbing up against someone, like in a public place for the excitement of that. You may have heard of frottage. So, frotting, however, isn't either of those things.
All right, maybe I don't know what this means.
Oh, boy.
Frotting is very specifically unclothed.
Okay.
In contemporary slang, it's when in the gay male community, frotting specifically refers to the consensual penis-to-penis rubbing.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And was likely inappropriate for the Fortnite trailer that was released last week.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I will say it does sound like a hoity-toity British name. Jonesy Frotting. Right? Like
Jonesy Frotting, yeah.
Of the Wilbury Frottinghams. Yes.
I'm here with my mate, Nigel Docking.
Wow.
Look up that one, Cat. Docking.
I'm going to
Don't do
ask
that, Cat.
my entomology expert over here to do research for me.
Tell him, hey, I know what frotting is. Do you know what docking is? Because we could switch.
Now they have since removed that from their accounts. They've taken it down, but nothing's dead on the internet. That has been preserved. You can still see this if you're so inclined. The trailer is charming. Yeah. It look like very good. The Gamer.com goes on to say the trailer stayed up for a while, probably because it dropped on a Sunday. Also because the offending word is obscure and that no one at Epic realized it would cause a stir. And though it's gone, nothing's truly gone. You can watch it complete with the username that got pulled. It's available to Google on the internet.
I think Marcus is trying to make a connection here that I was not making. That this is I said Fortnite is my stress relief, not frotting, Marcus.
Well, it's also stress relieving. That's accurate.
Yeah. Brandon says, I need a friend over here. Let's rub our heads together and make it make sense.
Oh my.
Yeah, two heads are better than one, Brandon. You're on the right track there, buddy.
Little too on the nose, if you know what I mean.
Hey, Kat, remember when I told you that thing? Remember?
We're done.
All right.
We're done.
We made it. Good night, everyone.
finishing out the year here. Yeah, strong.
So I want to share that story with you for all those reasons and more.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Okay.
You know, this just confirms though, you know, like when you play these games, which I mentioned, I play every night. And when I play, there's 100 players, like you said. So 99 of them, and some of them are bots. There's a good percentage. I think I read there's maybe 20% are bots.
Oh,
so
it stinks.
Computer controlled. Because to get to the 100, if they don't have 100 humans, they fill it in with AI.
I thought it was just, okay.
It's always 100 then. Okay.
Yeah, and they made them most recently, they made them more challenging to fight these bots. They used to be pretty easy you could identify them easily.
Oh.
But anyway, my point is the other 80 folks, let's say, you know, out of the 100 that are humans,
right.
you don't know what weirdos you're playing with. You have no clue. You don't know how old they are, how, you know, where they are in the world. It's kind of a bizarre phenomenon, you know?
Yeah.
Am I dunking on a kid, or is a kid completely destroying me?
You bring up another thought, like if no one, you can't say no one at Epic, but if no one on the social media side of Epic was aware of the meaning of that word, that's probably not a filter in the game. That's probably his username in the game too. Right?
Oh yeah,
Look for him.
I'll look that up later.
You can look for
There's
him.
probably not a filter for that, and you could be
friends with that.
You could be just playing and go, "Hey, you guys want to team up?" And he goes, "Do I ever?"
Yeah.
Right. Now, often strategies you go into a situation back to back, but in this case, I have a new strategy.
Tip to tip.
Oh my gosh.
Why are you lowering your britches? How do you even get your character to do that? What emote is that?
That's an emote. Yeah, it's one of the dances. It's the no pants dance. Yeah.
Now, John, I know you're trying to crow the bar this a little bit into the 1980s, but my most recent skin that I acquired within the last couple of weeks is Marty McFly from Back to the Future.
There you go.
Oh.
Doc Brown is coming to it.
Nice.
And there's right now on the map a DeLorean that you can find, which I've found. Mm-hmm. And if you drive it and get it to reach 88 miles per hour, they play the music, and there's a little cut scene as if you're traveling through time. Mm-hmm. And when you come back to the map, you leave the flaming skid marks.
Nice.
And now on top of your roof is a chest full of, you know, useful items that you can
cool.
Wow.
use in the game. So yeah, there's a lot of 80s stuff going on. Yeah.
Flaming skid marks, great name for a band.
Yeah.
Yes.
I so quickly tried to think of another word other than skid marks. I couldn't get one.
You shouldn't. Don't tamper with perfection. It's perfect.
It's a lot of callbacks.
Yeah.
You know, since it's the end of the year, I did go through, because we've done this before. I've gone through the list of shows, of the notes, of the news items we talked about this year. Because the hope always is either I could do a show where I just have the most interesting ones together and then we don't actually record, or I thought we could record maybe and, you know, follow up on some of these. Mm-hmm. Two observations. One, we didn't record nearly as many shows this year as we did in the past because I took a lot of time off to finish my book.
Right.
My novel, that is, because there is a novel forthcoming.
As you should. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the other thing is there's nothing that really stands out. I was like, most of these news stories are just like, whatever. I highlighted a couple of things that were interesting to me.
Oh,
Cat Will is really big on the hard sell. He's like, not only do we have fewer shows, they were much less
they
interesting.
were lame.
You come to hang out with three of us.
Patreon.com/1980s.
If you don't like the three of us, then you're not going to want to listen. But earlier in the year, we talked about the deadly search for Bigfoot. I thought that was an interesting story.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to follow up on Trump's appointment of the 80s icons to be Hollywood ambassadors. I wonder if they've accomplished anything. And I want to see if anyone got sued for calling the Village People gay.
Right.
That's the three things I want to hunt down.
No, no, and no are the answers to those, I'm guessing.
Ted says, I think this is a good point. Promoting AI is the new, how do you ask a genie the right question? Yeah, you got to be careful what you ask for.
Right. Yeah.
Especially they point to, we've talked about this before. We're not at the point where AI is like equal to a human brain. You know, I can't remember what they call that. GAI or GI? Is it generative AI versus
upper GI,
AI?
lower GI?
Yeah, upper GI. I don't know. But when you get to that point, you know, there's a famous example where you said if you ask the AI to make 1 million paper clips, you have to make sure you tell it not to destroy all the world's resources to do it. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Marcus says, at what point does digitally aided work going backwards become art? Prince's drums are all programmed on a Lin machine. Was that art? Well, yeah. I don't understand your point. You just said it. Prince's drums are programmed. Prince did the programming, or I can't remember the guy who did the programming from. You probably know.
Well, but you could argue, was that the prompt? Because he wasn't really playing the drums.
No, that wasn't the prompt. Because, and the way a lot of times these things get programmed are actually physically doom, doom. I mean, it's equivalent to hitting a drum set and recording it. Now, not all interactions with electronic music instruments are like that, but the Lin is like that. And you don't have to hit them on time necessarily, or you get to redo it. So there's a lot more freedom, of course.
So you can be a crappier artist that's not as skilled and produce art comparable to someone that's better. There is some assist going on.
But at no point am I saying to the Lin drum machine, make me a cool rhythm that's kind of like P-Funk. A P-Funk, no, not doing that.
Yeah. Okay. But I mean, the fact that you don't talk to it and request something out of thin air, I think that assumption is, as the delineation between art and robotics, is a little fuzzy. And I don't think you can make that hard line just because I can ask it versus I can do something fuzzy and make it happen.
And it's not even the asking of it. I think that's the part of it for me, the prompt.
Okay.
It's where it learns or how it gets it. Now, sure, a human does their...
I get your point there.
A human could do 10,000 hours, as was it Malcolm, what's his name, McDowell said, or not Malcolm McDowell. But... And then I generate whatever derivative. But, AI is, learning off the backs of people who did their 10,000 hours. So I don't know. Seems different in that regard. Now, I do know Prince sometimes used, built-in drum patterns because since drum sets come like that and they, tweak them and change them and stuff like that. Brandon says frauding's right up there with Will shaking those dungeon dice behind glass blocks. It was shampoo. I was getting it out of the bottles. Two of them.
It was a shake weight. Get it straight.
Yeah.
It's working out.
Does he have friends over? That's what he said. Hey, look, he's got 2 friends over. What's he doing behind that glass wall? I was showering. All right, whatever. All right, Marcus, we'll argue about it on another episode. Okay. What else? All right, hey, finally a 1980s now.
The Argue with Marcus episode.
Yes, we look forward to that 2026, sometime in January.
Maybe that should be the theme of new episodes. There's a new person,
pick someone to argue with.
Listener or
someone
follower.
to be argumentative.
That we're going to argue with.
Oh, wait, no, he's agreeing with me now. A human programmed the AI. Oh, wait, now you're disagreeing with me.
Oh.
Yeah, but not exactly. You programmed the copy. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting off track now.
You notice he read the comment when he thought he was agreed with them. And as soon as he realized he wasn't, he was like, oh, this is bullshit.
Yeah. All right, look, here is our palate cleanser from Marcus now. It was a palate cleanser originally.
Thank goodness.
From John's story because he said we would need it, but no.
Okay.
All right, hey, per Polygon, the fate of the Muppet Show is in your hands. Woo. Not mine, not Kat's, not John's. Yours.
Whoa.
So do not fuck this up. We need this Muppet Show to continue.
Yes.
Yeah, Ted.
So a new teaser trailer for the Muppet Show, Disney Plus special. This is where I was like, wait, what? Has revealed that the much anticipated reunion will air on February 4th, 2026. There's not much to the trailer. You do see, what's clearly Kermit's arm, which kind of looks like it's maybe CGI assisted or something. There's something weird about it. Anyway, turning on a light switch, pulling the large, like Frankenstein type switch that he would turn on the theater lights. The show will both air on ABC and be available for streaming on Disney's platform, with a press release stating that, quote, music, comedy, and a whole lot of chaos are bound to ensue, end quote, when the gang gets together again in the original Muppet Theater.
Yes.
Reportedly, this special is going to serve as a backdoor pilot, the success of which will determine if the show gets a full revival.
Kat's favorite kind of pilot.
Are you saying you heard that Kat loves the backdoor pilot?
Wait, what?
All right, you got 3 things to look up, Kat. Here we go. Get a pen.
There is too much smutty homework happening here.
Yeah. There's a very talented team behind the project, thank goodness, with Alex Timbers, known for his work in musical theater, serving as a director and executive producer of the special. Seth Rogen and Sabrina Carpenter number among the many executive producers. Those are the 2 names that you'll recognize.
Yeah.
With Carpenter appearing on the special as well. We only know a little bit about the plot, which is that it will revolve around the Muppets putting on a variety show at the Muppet Theater. Yeah, that's what every episode was.
That's what every episode is.
What are you talking about here?
What a shocker.
I'm glad.
Speaking of the Muppet Theater, I have to say, it looks like that set was rebuilt.
Oh.
I mean, that could be AI as well, but it looked like the stage and the set and the curtains and the lights and everything. And I don't know if you build all that for just a single little one-off. So maybe this whole pilot thing is a little more front door than we might have thought, because it's
Just like you like it, I heard.
Oh,
Yes, exactly. Right.
Front door. Hit me in the front door.
the front door.
Yikes.
John, remember what I told you?
Yeah, I remember.
When you both in one episode? All right.
Oh,
That was really good, Kat.
oh my
That
goodness.
was really good.
Hey, did you guys notice the underlying tune of the little trailer, the short trailer? Did you hear it?
No,
I
missed
don't
it.
remember. I watched it a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, it's just a very slow little background of Rainbow Connection.
Okay, yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful.
You would think they'd have the Muppet theme, but that's fine.
Right, I agree. It was a little like, wait a minute, but
Yeah.
it's integration, I guess.
The cast features many returning voices, including Dave, I'm going to say Gells.
Goals, I think it's goals.
It is Goals?
think Goals.
Dave Goals,
I think.
who's been with the Muppets for over 50 years, originating the characters Gonzo and Dr. Bunsen Honeydew, among others.
Yes.
And though Sabrina Carpenter's appearance in the special may seem incongruous to some, the pop star has been a very vocal fan of the Muppets, even arresting Miss Piggy at one of her concerts during the Short and Sweet tour. Have you seen these bits?
No.
So during her
I
show,
missed it. Yeah.
she stops the show, and it's during one of the songs. I don't know which one. I don't remember. But she stops it, and she looks at the audience, and she arrests someone for being like too sexy.
Oh,
And usually it's just an audience member who's in the front. But many times, depending on where she is, there'll be a celebrity in the front row that's been planted clearly.
Oh,
Millie Bobby Brown was one, for example.
Okay.
You know, she's even like, well, who are you? What's your name? You know, young lady. And she's like, Millie. She's like, oh, nice to meet you, Millie. And she's on the screen now on the Jumbotron.
and everybody's.
yeah.
And she puts on like furry pink handcuffs on them and
Oh,
Oh,
arrests them for being too sexy. Anyway, Miss Piggy got arrested.
oh my gosh, that's amazing.
But as we mentioned, the fate of the potential series rests on how successful the upcoming special is in the eyes of Disney. And hopefully the star power that I mentioned can help, as well as the fact that it's airing on television alongside streaming. So like the original TV show in Muppets, and it started in 76, I want to say, you got it on TV where like all the regular folks can see it, not just Kat's family, who's got that special cable.
Oh,
So hopefully it means, more of a chance that this thing will survive.
the regular folks get a chance.
Yeah, regular.
yeah, the little people.
I love the Muppet Show. I've made no secret about it. I was a super fan. I had a T-shirt that had the Muppet Show on it. I remember where I bought it in Bayonne, New Jersey once, going to the store, school shopping, and we walked in, and right next to the door was like this bin of T-shirts, and boom, Muppet Show Mom, please. I was like 8, please. Got it. And then shortly after, in the 3rd grade, they did a Muppet. We did a stage version of the Muppet movie.
Oh,
I got to play Kermit, and it was a big.
perfect.
We drew like big cutouts of the faces of the characters we were and held them up over our heads with a yardstick. But no one got solos. I was like, am I going to get a solo? I'm going to get a solo. Sing Rainbow Connection. This is fantastic. No, all the 8th graders sang all together. So even being Kermit was a waste. Didn't really mean it. I got some lines, I guess.
Everybody was looking at
So
you.
what was the Muppet shirt? Was it a particular character, or was it just the logo of the show, or what? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was the logo mostly. That
Okay.
sort of
Yes.
fancy sort of script that they had.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
I don't think there were any. There might have been some characters below. I remember being like shaped sort of like a box. The logo was sort of the top part, and I think there were some characters on the bottom part.
Because I'm thinking of a very popular shirt design of that era, the late 70s and early 80s. I think of Star Wars a lot. Like, here's a character with an outline and everything. And in the corner, Star Wars logo, right? Down in the corner.
okay.
As if you didn't recognize 3PO as being from Star Wars. But still.
Right.
So I could imagine like some Muppets or some Bunsen Honeydew or some animal or anybody. And then Muppet Show in the corner. But so this is more like holistic Muppet Show. Yeah.
My first lunchbox was Muppet Show, a metal lunchbox. And also, I loved the Muppet Show, but apparently I didn't love it enough to suffer through lima beans, because one time, I was like 5, 6, however, Muppet Show's coming on in the family room, and I'm in the kitchen, and I hate lima beans, and I'm refusing to eat them. And I was told that I was not allowed to leave the table until I ate those damn lima beans, and I would not. And I was so sad. I was just so sad. I could hear it. I could hear the Muppet Show, but I wasn't allowed to watch it. But I was really stubborn.
You had the power to see the Muppet Show.
I know.
All you had to, they were just beans.
Yeah, you could have stuffed them in your cheek. Would your parents have checked? Open your mouth, cat. Lift your tongue.
Let me see. Yeah. There's still a little lima bean skin in there.
I wasn't that creative. I was repulsed by them.
My mom will tell you I hid food on my plate under other food on the plate.
I guess I liked everything else. I had nothing to hide under.
Oh, yeah.
That's why you get a dog, I guess.
Yeah, well, we even had one. I think he was watching the show too.
He
without
hated
me.
lima
Nobody
beans. He
knew
was
me.
watching.
He's in there laughing at you.
In the room, howling.
So funny.
You're missing a good one, Joe.
Yeah, dogs notoriously a big fan of eating lima beans from the table, so I see why maybe that would not have worked.
He wanted to go see Ralph.
Look, like I mentioned, I love the show, and what was curious to me is just as a matter of interest, anticipating us talking about this, I thought how many celebrities have been on the show, and that's how it started. But what this led me to notice was that I loved the show so much, and I'm sure it was because it was essentially a spinoff of Sesame Street. Kermit was sort of a linchpin connecting the two together. What's interesting to me is how many celebrities were on the show that I knew nothing about, but it didn't matter.
Right.
And it always leads me to wonder or question how they were chosen. For example, these people were popular, but as a child, I didn't know who these folks were. This is the first season. Rita Moreno was the very first guest they had on the show.
Yes.
Jim Nabors, Sandy Duncan, Ruth Buzzy, Joel Gray, Paul Williams, Lena Horne, Peter Ustinov.
I've seen all these episodes. I could picture.
Valerie Harper, Candace Bergen, Bruce Forsyth, Harvey Korman, Mummenschanz. Charles Aznavour. I don't remember who that is. Kay Ballard, Ben Vereen, Vincent Price, Twiggy, Phyllis Diller, Ethel Merman, Connie Stevens, Avery Schreiber, and Juliette Prowse. What was the last one there? There's like 2 or 3 people I don't recognize, and I would say at the time, I don't know that I could have placed any of these people, but it didn't matter.
Nope.
The way the Muppets interacted with them, they can make a show out of, whomever.
And that was our first introduction to these famous people.
To your point, Kat, I remember watching many of these that you just listed, Will, and maybe I knew Jim Nabors, right? Maybe I watched Gomer Pyle or something like that, right?
Right. Yeah.
But for like your Rita Morenos and stuff like that, you find out what they do by watching the skits.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she got a big dance number? She must be a dancer. Oh, you got a big song you do? Oh, you must be, a musician. You must be, are you playing guitar with the chickens? Oh, you must be an instrumentalist.
That's a farmer. You must be a farmer.
You must be a farmer. You must love chickens, right? And really, I think is one of those, like, I learned who these people were, or maybe why I should know who they are a little bit, like a hint, or certainly something that clicked later when I knew who they were.
Yes.
Maybe I didn't know at that age who Vincent Price was, but I remember him being cool and creepy, and they did creepy stuff with him. So then the next time you see him in something like, oh, of course, he's in this horror movie. I saw him being creepy on the Muppet Show.
Exactly. When they come up again, you're like, oh.
You have context that you wouldn't have had. Yeah.
That's funny. You hear him on the Thriller album, you're like, hey, this is the guy from the Muppet Show.
Wow, he's come a long way.
Yeah, I knew he was going to make it.
He's done well for himself.
In rap. Let's see. Ted says meep, and Steve says mic drop cat.
Thanks, Steve.
Coming in through the front door. All right. Hey, that was the show.
And this show, like all the others, is brought to you thanks in part to our early adopters, Karen Flieger and Rick Parker.
Awesome.
And thank you especially to our Secret of Our Success level Patreon supporters who stick with us. Brandon Greer, Marcus Taylor, Matt Marino, and John Henderson.
The ones that stick with us, I like that. And the ones that don't, screw you. Screw all of you. I got the implication, Cat. Hey, and I've got great news. We've got a new Patreon supporter here. Please, a very warm welcome and certainly all of our gratitude to Vincent Ferrari.
Yay! Way to go, Vincent.
He's got the name of a character from a 1980s movie, I would say. Yeah. Thank you so much, Vincent. You're in good hands.
What a cool name.
Here. Yeah.
I've met Vincent. He's a cool name like that should cost you something to maintain. Like a good domain name, it's just unfair that he has that for free. What a cool name.
And to be a cool person too, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for joining us, Vincent. Look, you're in good hands and good company, as they say, among these folks, the other generous folks that help support the show. We are so grateful that you now becoming one of our many supporters that help us put on a show that's dedicated to 1980s pop culture from a contemporary lens. There's none other like it. None other. And maybe
None
Gen X
other.
growing up. You should check out that show too. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's all right.
That's right. Yeah. So, hey, thanks for doing that. If you can join Vincent, that would be fantastic. Go to patreon.com/1980s now to find out how you can. And you will also become a part of this just illustrious group of folks. If you can't, hey, drop us a line, send us a comment, follow us on Facebook. Follow us on YouTube. Look, we're 10 people away from that a huge milestone that I said we were close to 6 months ago, and we still only got 10 more people since then.
Only 10.
We're still 10 short.
Come on.
You'll make 30 before you know it.
We got to start posting videos. I think that's the trick.
Oh,
All right.
content.
Hey, happy holidays, as we said at the start of the show. And hey, now we can add to that Happy New Year as well. We look forward to chatting with you more in 2026. Much more of the show to come. We will talk to you then next time on 1980s Now.
Until next year.
The rat will be back.
Hey, maybe the rat poisoned the shower.
Oh, yes. I think it's all connected.
How's a rat get PCP, though?
That was a guy.